People Alliance, you know, people are angry, all angry. Hey, Kris, come here, man. We're talking about People Alliance, you know how they bunch of, remember the good old days, call them bigots, angry against the Frenchmen, and blah, 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 blah. You don't hear that anymore.
No.
But Roger Melanson, what? People are angry. How come he's going in that legislator and shouting? Shouldn't they set a fine example to other New Brunswickers? What's going on in there?
Well, I noticed today they toned it down a little bit. He didn't seem to be too worked up today, asking some questions about COVID and restrictions and that sort of thing. So it was a little tempered down a little bit. I don't know if it's the Christmas season's getting at him, or his heart grew 2 sizes too big, or whatever.
Is he smoking his marijuana?
Well,
is he taking his
maybe
Ritalin?
he can't get any because where he's at, it's not privatized, right? I don't know.
So what's going on in there? What's
now they're doing Bill 82, municipal reform. So that'll finish up today for second reading.
How come people are so angry?
It's just a testy time. I mean, people are fed up with COVID. They're fed up with inflation. They're fed up with, everything. I mean, I get calls about policing. I get calls about healthcare. It's just everything.
And Mento and Chipman going to be together all in one big happy family?
I don't think that's the best move. I mean, I've talked to a lot of residents, and I mean, the fact that Minto can kind of show, look, with an expansion of our tax base, we can have more money to function. Chipman do the same thing, but bringing them together under one roof, I don't think long term is going to be the best.
There's so much clear cutting going on. Are they going to meet halfway and build the new city hall?
Well, see, that's the issue, right? Where do you put the city hall? Where do you, put your arenas and that sort of thing?
Is this final? Is this going to be final in January? Is law?
Pretty much. I mean, the law is going to pass at the end of this week, but boundaries, like with maps and who goes where, that's going to be done by the end of the year. And then next year, it's going to be all part of the transition, but it's already set in stone who's going where. And
so isn't this where a government passed their do the dirty deeds during a crisis?
Well, my biggest thing is, and I'm not totally against municipal reform, but my issue is they took 1.5 years to build this white paper. They submit the white paper, and within 2 weeks of the white paper, they're passing law, passing legislation. So, but I said, look, take some time. And most people I talk to say, look, we like some of the elements of the white paper, but we need to tweak a little bit here and there. We got to change some boundaries and maps to make sure it works for the local residents. But they don't seem to be too interested in that.
So it's a law that's going to be passed that if you can't go around and organize against it because you're not allowed to have no gathering. So I mean,
yep.
Is this China or?
It's frustrating because I mean I had a town hall. There was 3 town halls: one in Chipman, one in Minto, one in Major Lower St. Mary's. So I couldn't go to Chipman because it was the same night as Minto. So I went to the Minto town hall, and then I went to the one Monday night. Lower St. Mary's, and what you just said is what they're all saying. Like, how do we stop this? I'm like, you got 4 days, 5 days, and I think, well, petitions maybe, protest, I don't know, but no, there's no time, there's no options.
People Alliance on provincial jail, got a view on that?
I think what needs to happen, in my opinion, is I'm not opposed to a provincial jail if they can provide the reason for building one.
I could give you lots of reasons, but anyway, that's all right.
Well, I know it's a big issue for you, that sort of thing.
Kind of force the people to walk home from Chidiac and St. John. I mean,
no, and that's what I mean. I'm not opposed to it, but I do think they have to do more on the policing side of things, and obviously that's going to fall into mental health and addictions and all the other issues that go with that. So you can't just build a new jail and say we've solved the policing issue. I
talked to Ted Fleming, just came out, and it's hilarious. The premier came and he was blocking the premier. I'll talk to him, so the premier left. So no problem, I can get the premier anytime I want. But Ted, and where we're going by is there's a major problem with Crystal Men. And they need to put a drug rehab center, an efficient one, in the provincial jail.
Yeah.
I mean,
that, to me, it's. They
Ted said people are angry. You don't want to put somebody in there that gets angrier.
Yeah.
When they get out. Go ahead.
You got to have a multi-pronged approach here. There's no one thing. You know what I mean? I mean, they got rid of the police commissioner here in New Brunswick, and again, I'm not necessarily opposing that, but you can't. I just worry it's kind of tweaking around the edges here, and I think at the real heart of the issue, you do have to deal with mental health addictions first and foremost, but second to that, you have to deal with enforcement. You got to make sure officers are available, especially in rural areas. And I don't know, the city of Fredericton, I know you've had your issues, Charles, but in rural areas, I mean, it's not good. I mean,
Now, how long it
35,
takes?
40 minutes for
40 minutes?
Oh, yeah, at least.
How about an ambulance?
Ambulances are much better. The
Much better?
response times are much better in my area now. I had a motor vehicle accident in front of my house this summer. Ambulance was there in about 8 minutes. Local fire department was there in about 6. RCMP 42.
You look much better clean shaven.
Oh, thank you.
You look younger.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The hair doesn't give it away.